mosque in Islam. From Malaysia to France, the mosque in all its shapes and sizes is the quintessential Islamic building. Let us explore the role of the mosque as a place of prayer, a centre for learning and exchange of information, and its development architecturally, embracing many aspects of the Islamic decorative arts. Mosque derives from the French word mosquée, which in turn is derived from the Spanish word mezquita. The Spanish term is a translation of the Arabic word masjid, which means place of prostration. During prayer, Muslims kneel and touch their foreheads to the ground as a sign of submission to the will of God. From the earliest days of Islam, the mosque was the centre of the Muslim community, namely as a place for Muslims to come together to pray and take religious instructions. Though Muslims may perform Islam's obligatory 5 daily prayers anywhere, in the home or at the workplace, in the field or even in the desert, men are encouraged to pray in the mosque as a way to foster Islamic comradeship. They are also required to gather together for the Friday noon prayer. Prayers are led by an imam who is respected for his wide knowledge of Islam and the Quran. However, the mosque is much more than a place of worship. It provides a focal point for the Muslim community as a social centre for community events. Mosques are used throughout the week not just for prayer, but a place to study, or simply as a space for rest and reflection. Marriages, funerals and meals during the fasting month of Ramadan and other religious festivals are all to be found in mosques. But perhaps most importantly, the mosque plays a role as an educational institution, a place for discussion, learning and teaching. Islam prompted mankind to learn. The Prophet Muhammad commanded all Muslims to seek knowledge wherever and whenever they could. The Quran recurrently urges the faithful to acquire knowledge that would bring them closer to God and to His creation. Many verses of the sacred book command this act. It says, "Then say unto them, O Muhammad, can those who know and those who do not know be deemed equal? But only those who are endowed with insight will keep this in mind. And He has subjected to you, as a gift from Him, all that is in the heavens and on earth. Behold, and that our message is indeed for people who think." The Quran uses repetition in order to embed certain key concepts in the consciousness of its readers. Knowledge comes third, with 750 repetitions. In light of these Quranic verses and prophetic traditions, Muslim rulers give considerable support to education and its institutions, insisting that every Muslim be given access to it. Therefore, the mosque has played a major part in the spread of education in the Muslim world. The first school connected to a mosque was set up at Medina in 653, and by 900, nearly every mosque had an elementary school for the education of both boys and girls. Here are some principal architectural elements. Architecture in the formative years of Islam is characterized by its simplicity and humility. It has been approximately 1,435 years since the very first mosque was built by the Prophet Muhammad as an annex to his house in Medina. It was to be the archetype of all mosques to follow. It comprises a large courtyard surrounded by porticos, a space for congregational prayers and minbar, series of steps from which the Prophet would address the congregation. From the time of the Prophet, the call of prayer or azan was made from the highest point. The architecture of a mosque took on different forms depending on the regional tradition of the time, availability of building materials, and climatic conditions. As a result, style, layout and decoration can vary greatly. Nevertheless, because of the common function of the mosque as a place of congregational prayer, certain architectural features appear in mosques all over the world. As the primary function of the mosque is to provide a place where Muslims may pray together, mosques must have a large prayer hall. In many mosques, this is adjoined to an open courtyard. Within the courtyard, one often finds a fountain, its waters both a welcome respite in hot lands and important for the ablutions or ritual cleansing done before prayer. Another essential element of a mosque's architecture is the mihrab, a niche in the wall that indicates the direction of Mecca, towards which all Muslims pray. The direction of Mecca is called the Qibla, and so the wall in which the mihrab is set in is called the Qibla wall. No matter where a mosque is, its mihrab indicates the direction of Mecca. Therefore, a mihrab in Malaysia will be to the west, while one in Turkey will be to the east. There is also a minbar, or stepped throne, from which the imam, or spiritual leader, preaches the Friday midday sermon, the most important prayer service of the week.